Hi, it's Paul here from selfhelpforlife.com, and today I'm going to talk about unleashing the power of acceptance for a happier you. Now, practicing acceptance is important for success, happiness, and having a sense of fulfillment in life. It's about being at peace with your current situation and improving it at the same time. Now, negative emotions such as impatience, frustration, guilt, and blame can be reduced or even eliminated by practicing the power of acceptance. So I want to talk firstly a bit about change. So there's a few things in life we cannot change. You can't change your height, you can't change your parents, and you can't change the past. Now there's maybe a few other things you can't change, but not very many. There are a lot of things that you can change. Examples would include habits, your self-image. You can learn new skills, you can change relationships, you can improve your money situation, you can create new friendships, and you can change your attitude to life as well. Now, it's important that we can accept the things that we cannot change and also work on improving the things that we can change. However, it's not quite that simple because the things that we can change often take time to change. So for example, if you're working on losing weight at the moment, you'll be eating healthily and you'll be doing regular exercise, but you'll need to do that for a few months before you really start to notice that body that you really want. Or let's say you're stuck in a job that you don't like and you're looking for a new job. Well, it might take several months to find that new job, so you need to be able to accept that current job whilst you're looking for that new job. Or maybe you're starting a business. Yeah, it might be a couple of years before you start to see the financial rewards of that business and the time that you're putting into it. So in these situations, it's important that we can accept the current situation and work on changing it at the same time. So what is acceptance? Well, let's start with what acceptance is not. So acceptance is not apathy, it's not giving up, it's not surrendering control, it's not blaming someone or something else, and it's also not accepting that it's going to be that way forever. So acceptance is fundamentally an attitude or state of mind, and it's the opposite of resistance. So just to give you an example, let's say you're stuck in traffic. If you were going to resist that situation, you would be thinking things like, I'd rather be somewhere else, this is a waste of my time, and I'm going to be late for this important meeting. Or you could choose to accept that situation. You could turn on the radio and enjoy some pleasant music. You could say some affirmations to yourself while you're stuck in traffic. You could observe the people in the other cars looking frustrated and being grateful that you've been able to accept the situation. Or you could be grateful that you have a car in the first place. So you can see how this would give you a very different emotional response to that situation of being stuck in traffic. Okay, so accepting something doesn't mean that you like it, want it, choose to have it, or even support it. Instead, it's choosing to allow it to be there in this moment and making space for it. So how does the power of acceptance benefit you? Well, when you can better accept what is, you will notice that you will have less arguments. You'll stop trying to make other people wrong. You'll stop complaining. You'll look for the good in other people. You'll notice frustration just melting away and being replaced by curiosity and fascination. You'll look for the good things in your life and you attract more good things to you. For example, opportunities and people. And I believe this happens because your thoughts and your energy changes. So you increase your level of vibration by letting go of resistance and being more at peace with yourself. So the power of acceptance can neutralize unpleasant and irritating experiences and perhaps turn them into positive ones. So let's talk now about acceptance and pain. So struggling against pain, whether it's physical or emotional, can be a hard area to practice acceptance. Any kind of chronic pain or chronic health condition can often feel like it fits into the things I cannot change bucket that I mentioned at the start of this video. However, resisting or rejecting the pain or health condition will cause you to suffer more. So using the power of acceptance may not actually reduce the pain, but it will reduce the suffering. And by reducing the suffering, you can then develop the patience to work on solutions that may take some time and some trial and error to give you some physical healing. And it's also good for the immune system as well. So let's talk now about practicing acceptance. So for some people, acceptance will just happen naturally over time, but it can take a while and there's lots of suffering during that time. And then some people just never accept certain things in their life, and so they just continue to suffer. So acceptance is a skill, and it requires practice until it becomes a habit. And by practicing acceptance, you strengthen the neural pathways in your brain so that acceptance becomes something that's easier to do in the future. So it's really like any habit. And it's natural to yo-yo between acceptance and resistance. But the more you practice acceptance, the more you will find that you will accept things more as time goes on. Now, acceptance can be practiced in all areas of life, and these include your current experience or reality, your health, the past, other people, your thoughts and emotions, other people's beliefs or ideas, and your appearance. And here's a little exercise that you can do when you first wake up in the morning, which will help you practice acceptance during that day. So all you do is you just repeat the following affirmations. So the first one is, today is good and where I am is good. So today is good and where I am is good. The second one, all my mistakes are just fine. So all my mistakes are just fine. And the third one is, I am learning the lessons that I need to learn to graduate to something better. So I'm learning the lessons that I need to learn to graduate to something better. And if during the day you're having a hard time accepting something right now, then here's a great affirmation you can say. So right now, I have absolutely no idea why this had to be a part of my journey, but I embrace it anyway. So I'll just say that one again. So right now, I have absolutely no idea why this had to be a part of my journey, but I embrace it anyway. And below this video there'll be a link to the blog post which will have all those affirmations on it, so if you want to keep a record of those, you can do it that way. Now, another little tip is to eliminate the word should. When you use the word should, or when you think the word should as well, it tends to make you argue or resist reality. So for example, I should have done this last week, or the government should have acted sooner, or that person shouldn't be so angry. Quite a good thing to do is to replace the word should with could or might or can do or I choose to. So now I'm going to talk about acceptance and other people. So happy, confident and successful people tend to be more flexible and more accepting of others. And rather than making demands on other people, they tend to have preferences instead. So here's some examples. I prefer quiet neighbours, but if they are noisy, I can handle it. I prefer people to be polite, but when they are rude, I can be okay with that. And I prefer people to see my point of view, but when they don't, that's fine too. So can you see how this diffuses potential negative emotions simply by a change in perspective? And now I'm going to give you some examples of situations involving other people that you can also choose to accept. So firstly, people that work less than you. This is a common one in the office environment when you see someone that seems to be quite lazy but still seems to get the same recognition as you do. or people that make more money than you, especially if they seem to work less than you, or people who are more intelligent, or people that are angry or rude, or ungrateful people. So finally, I just want to talk a bit about acceptance, happiness and peace of mind. So whatever you are trying to achieve in life, it is probably to achieve some level of happiness, fulfillment and peace of mind. And when you realise that this is the ultimate goal, you can often be more flexible and less resistant on the tangible results that are going to help you achieve that. And when you can accept where you are, see the best in other people, and make an effort each day to do your best, then you can achieve your goals and dreams and be happy and at peace in the process. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please do subscribe to my channel for more updates. And in the link below this description, as I mentioned earlier, there's a link to the blog post for this. There's also a link to my 10 Strategies for Your Success ebook. This is a wonderful read. It gives you some really practical strategies like you've just learned today that can help you in all areas of your life. So I encourage you to download a copy of that as well. So that's all for now. I hope you enjoyed this video and I look forward to talking with you again soon.